Acho que não deve ter, não. Rosa, a legenda. Essa boneca é muito foda, velho. Nossa, ela é muito linda. Uma máquina ferida. Caralho.
Sacrifice and I know pain. Omnix Mutants Raiders, many I'd slay. Junker Town is my domain, and when I'm done, none of this will remain. There will be a reckoning.
Caralho. Tá porra. Tá, deixa eu ver a boneca como é que ela é. Ah, tá aqui, né? Tem outro. Deixa eu ver esse aqui. Deixa eu traduzir aqui. Pronto. Passa uma vibe, né, de Jinx. Isso me lembra o Borderlands, é muito... Essa área do Overwatch é muito parecida com Borderlands, velho. Nossa, ela é muito linda. Olha o delineado dela. Não, não é delineado, é o cílio mesmo. Nossa, esse bagulho do martelo dela lembra muito Thor, é muito legal.
No wastelander has ever made it to the reckoning before. But here I am.
É, vibe Mad Max também.
With zero rules. And the survivor gets the throne.
Welcome back, Junker.
King Howell has never lost. Not in 13 years of rule.
On the battlefield.
Nossa, que animação foda.
Not until today.
A gente só viu até aí, né? Quero o teaser.
Did you really think this would be a fair
Ah, não, foi até aí, é.
You don't survive the reckoning unless the winner grants you mercy. That's why I've got to win this whole thing. All right, let's get this started.
Caralho, que foda!
Let's get this started.
Deixa eu aumentar um pouco. Caralho! Ó!
Scavengers like you ain't so bad.
Caralho!
You know how to fight dirty.
Nossa, que cena foda!
You know how to fight dirty. I want scabs like him on my side when I'm queen. Speaking of, come on, big boy.
Meu Deus.
On target. This
Tá porra.
Hey, Mary. What are you smiling about? If you're smart enough to run the team,
Ah, é uma mulher
why are you
essa.
working for this strong guy? Like you'd be any better.
Caralho, ela pode pegar tudo de metal.
At least I wouldn't shoot my friends in the back.
Caralho, que filha da puta.
Wastelander scum! Why won't you just die?
Because we're stronger than you. You haven't had a real fight. In 13 years, we have every bloody day.
I am the king. I own everyone here.
Not in this arena.
Caralho, eu me arrepiei toda. O Junkrat!
This meathead has a bigger magnet? Figures. Go!
Meu Deus. Caralho, bateu nela. Ela salvou o cara.
That could have gone better.
Caralho. Ela convenceu os caras. Virar. Por caralho, que foda.
You idiot! I'll kill you for that!
No. Not today.
Caralho! Holy fuck, caralho, que foda!
Wait. Mercy.
I'll give you the same mercy you showed my family 13 years ago. Get out of my city.
O Junkrat! Caralho, que foda!
My city. Well, that turned out all right, didn't it? But now they're probably wondering what sort of changes I'll make around here. Well, buckler, they're about to find out.
This is the legend of the Ducker Queen! Watch your back, she's a hurt machine! Fought the world since 17!
Ela é foda.
She burned down with kerosene!
Caralho, que foda. Caralho, que foda. Mano, que foda, cara. Nossa, ela é muito linda. Ela é muito linda. Nossa, véi. Caralho, velho. Que foda. Tá traduzindo? Deixa eu traduzir aqui.
We're really excited because people will just be able to just fully immerse yourself in the maps and the storylines and the heroes.
With the new seasonal model, we'll be able to drop a ton of content in very frequently as we're updating the game through these big seasonal drops. We're looking at releasing heroes every other season and then a map in between those. And on top of that,
eles falaram que eles vão lançar um campeão a cada 2 temporadas. Em seguida, um mapa entre eles.
we're looking at dropping a ton of content involving skins and other great goodies.
Caralho, que skin perfeita!
In those. And on top of that, we're looking at dropping a ton of content involving
Essa skin tá linda.
skins and
Mano, olha essa merda! Gente, ai, eu vou chorar de novo. Eu tô muito emotiva hoje. Gente, será que meu jogo vai voltar?
other great goodies for players to get their hands on for each seasonal drop.
We have so much that we want to do in Overwatch to develop this game
Ai, eu usava esse mouse.
because we think it's the next step for us. We think there's so much more we can bring.
I'm really happy moving to our new seasonal-based schedule, making this really huge commitment to...
Mano, vocês têm noção? Tipo, se a gente fica feliz com isso, vocês têm noção do que as pessoas que criam esse jogo, que são apaixonadas por esse jogo, o que elas sentem? As pessoas que desenvolvem o jogo. Porque, sei lá, eu não acho que o jogo morreu por culpa dessas pessoas, sabe? Que elas programam o jogo e fazem tudo. Eu não acho que o jogo morreu por culpa delas. Vocês têm noção de como essas pessoas devem estar se sentindo? De fazendo essa live? Cara, deve ser absurdo.
regular updates. It's exciting at the same time because
Ó, eles estão frisando muito em falar que eles vão fazer atualizações regulares porque não tinha nada, né?
I know what this team can do.
We really want players to be able to anticipate when things are going to enter the game.
With all the new content and events coming in, it's even more important to just make sure that everybody knows what's coming.
And along with the free-to-play
Aliás,
change,
pessoal, pode falar o que quiser da aquisição da Blizzard, mas só tá acontecendo isso que a Microsoft comprou,
we're doing away with loot boxes entirely. We have a new Battle Pass model coming in, and we have store as well. So players will have a lot more control about how they interact with the game and
Ó, vai ter Battle Pass.
how they acquire new content.
We've been working on so many things over the past couple of years. I'm most excited for folks to see some of the new heroes that we've been kind of cooking up.
It's a bunch of different reasons why we choose to make a hero. We're trying to follow the narrative,
Nossa, que
pick
olho
the
lindo
hero
desse
that makes
cara.
sense. Or do we need to create a hero that answers this meta, counters a certain strategy that's too strong in the game?
We've got 2 more supports and another tank in just the
Ai, essa raposa vai ser um boneco! Ai, meu Deus!
Strategy that's too strong in the game.
We've got 2 more supports.
Ó, vão lançar mais 2 suportes, eles têm que lançar mesmo, porque tem muito DPS, pouco tanque e pouco suporte nesse jogo. E tipo, no Overwatch com 5 players era Reinhardt e companhia, né?
And another tank in just the first couple of seasons. And we're still working on new
Ó, nas 2 primeiras seasons.
characters for a year and a half down the line as well. There's characters that folks have already seen glimpses of in the story. And there's also characters that you've never seen before, never heard about.
Ó, aparentemente vão ter personagens que a gente já ouviu falar na história, mas vai ter uns que a gente nunca vai falar.
At making sure that the new heroes fit within this new, very fast-paced paradigm and less shields and crowd control. You can see a lot of that reflected in team play moments, but with a much faster-paced vibe.
We want to push the sci-fi, the futuristic feeling of maps. There's a touch of sci-fi everywhere you look. So this is something that was a bit more subtle in Overwatch 1. We really want players to feel that the world takes place in not so distant future.
Coming up next is Rio.
Rio, new PvP map. Pretty sure everybody's gonna love that one as well.
Caralho, que cara da hora!
Next is Rio.
Oi, Mito.
Rio.
Ô, Mito, que jogo triste, hein, aquele, menina.
New PvP map. Pretty sure
Olha que cara da hora! Que cara da hora!
everybody's gonna love that one as well.
It's a great map. It's close to the team. Many people on the team are from Brazil, so it was kind of fun to
Olha, ele falou que muitas pessoas do time são do
inject the
Brasil.
culture, the colors.
Ai, peraí, deixa eu ver esse
Many people on the
mapa.
team are from Brazil, so it was kind of fun to
Ai, tá mais
create a
parecido
map
com o
that's
Brasil
close to the
agora. Antes
team.
tava
Many
muito
people
Vila
on
do
the team are
Chaves.
from Brazil.
Ó, tá muito colorido, mas é que o Overwatch tem essa vibe, mas tá muito parecido com a esquina daqui. O jogo... Mulher, Marai virtuosa sou eu, tu caiu contra eu. Tu tava de Serafine, que o cara caiu no teu game. Você não viu?
So it was kind of fun to...
Ó, tá muito... Eu gostei. Tá, tipo... É porque, assim, tem elementos mais futuristas, né? Tipo, esses bagulho aqui do lado, que não sei o que porra que é. Mas, assim, eu achei uma vibe muito daqui. Vai ser de graça, tipo, olha, as tintas saindo aqui, menina. Igualzinho as coisas daqui.
Inject the culture, the colors, the
Não entendi o Chaves sendo que é do México. Amiga, é porque a primeira foto que eles tinham mostrado parecia a Vila do Chaves, não tá aparecendo real.
vibe into this map. There's a map that takes place in Portugal. This map is pretty close to the team because our lead environment artist, he's from Portugal. People from the location should really get a sense that we've done a ton of research and we were very inspired, and I think we captured it pretty beautifully in the game. It is a push.
A infiltração na
map, one of the
parede.
newest game modes, and
Não sabia que era tu. Ah, eu achei que tu tinha visto. Aquele game que tu tava de Ezreal, você não sabia que era eu? Que você deu penta? Que a gente perdeu por causa do Malzahar? Você tava falando do Malzahar, eu achei que você sabia que era eu.
interesting layout for this one, so we hope the players like it. We definitely want the game to feel like a globe-trotting adventure.
Ah,
There's new
entendi,
types of
Guilherme.
content from what you're used to in Overwatch 1. We have charm.
Eles vão adicionar... Isso aqui não tinha, né? Esses charms? Os pingentes? Ai, que lindo! Esse aqui, o da rapaz, tá tudo muito lindo! É, o Rio, vocês não estão mais em São Paulo? Tamo. Não tem, né? Você tava naquele jogo, eu ia morrer nem sem saber. Mas você falou do Malzahar, amiga. Como assim? Eu era a sua suporte, porra. Você entrou logo depois do game. Não tinha o Chasme, né? O charmezinho. Ai, eles fizeram isso aqui por causa do Valor, viu? Porque viram que o Valor não deu certo. E o Valor fez por causa do jogo do Rainbow Six lá. Eu tava, amiga. Eu era a sua suporte. A gente tava falando que o Malzahar era horrível e tu achou que era coincidência? Sim, a raposa... É que assim... A raposa tá muito parecida com o rolê do Spirit Blossom, porque já é um rolê muito cultural, né? É igual essas máscaras aqui que parece muito coisa do Blood Moon. É que isso não é do LoL, né? Isso é cultural, então, sei lá. Era eu, amiga. A gente tava falando, tu até concordou que Malzahar era um boneco ruim. Gente, ele não sabia, era eu. Ué, eu achei que tu tinha se fodido por causa de um Malzahar também, mas eu não sabia que era o mesmo. Sou eu, mulher. Val... E eu comentando e você, pois é. Eu, oxi! Era eu, pô. Eu sou eu nessa conta. É a minha main, eu troquei de nick. Mas vou trocar de novo já já. Eu achei que tu tava comentando pro meu boneco. Eu falei, ele sabe que sou eu? The fuck?
We have banners.
Nossa, tem banner? Pra que banner?
Content from what you're used to in Overwatch 1. We have charm.
As cores já são usadas no mundo real, sim. Isso aqui é, tipo, full cultural. A raposinha, né, que é a Kyuubi. Então, tipo, é muito cultural isso. Mas, tipo, eu amei. Tipo, ó, eles têm toda... É porque aqui tem, ó... tem toda a referência, tá vendo, ó? Aí tem o microfone, aí tem aqui também os bagulhos de referência aqui do lado, ó. Todo mundo já usou um negócio desse. Pô, você tá falando que Malzahar é uma merda, eu tenho que concordar. Não, aí realmente, mas sou eu.
We have banners.
The current mythic skin that's in the works that
Já sinto a toxicidade com esses banners, eu não entendi esses banners.
actually is for Genji. He's got this kind of cyberpunk Japanese demonic theme. Mythic skins are meant to be this next tier of skins above legendary. We want players to be able to go in there and pick and choose certain pieces meant to be
Holy Jesus. Meu Deus.
this extra awesome legendary skin that you can customize. We're concurrently
Ah, eles vão fazer igual a skin do Fortnite, né? Que dá pra você
Currently
customizar do jeito que você
developing quite a
quiser.
few mythic skins. They're going to be released over the seasons.
All this amazing stuff, all of the amazing skins.
For weapon charms, really what we're looking for
Ai, o Chasme, olha aqui!
there is just for the players to be able to express themselves and dress their character up. One
É, né? Se expressar e gastar dinheiro.
of our core tenets on Overwatch
Aí eles estão fazendo certo, deixa o jogo de graça e vende skin. É, mano, a Riot fez isso dar certo e olha o que aconteceu com eles. Tipo, eles são gigantescos, é só fazer
visually
copiar.
is to focus a lot on the first person view. We want you to be able to see it and enjoy it while you're playing the game.
One thing that was really important to us was to make sure that players, if they
Ai, não, eu não vou ficar animada. Ai, que ódio.
earn anything in the game anywhere, that they're able to use it everywhere. So if you earn something on console or on PC or on Overwatch 1, you can always use it in anywhere in Overwatch 2 as well. And with each new season, there'll be a ton of new content and a new battle pass as well. These seasonal updates will allow us to be constantly infusing the game with new content, new heroes, new maps. So the game is going to feel fresh just all the time.
There's always going to be something for you to do or to work towards. There's never going to be a point where you're like, gosh, I don't have anything to do.
Being able to provide players with new heroes every so often, new maps.
Então, Replause, o 1, ele é muito otimizado. Quando ele lançou não era, mas o 1 é muito otimizado, então, né?
It is going to be a growing and evolving game. There's so much for us to explore as we move forward.
Get ready, it's going to be really exciting, really fun. With both PvP and PvE, there's going to be really great content for you to immerse yourself in and continue to play over and over again with your friends.
Now or never.
We can't wait for October 4th. We're just excited to be back.
Nossa.
You mentioned that PvE is coming in 2023. Now, can you...
Ó, o PvE não vai vir agora em outubro, é só o PvP. O PvE vai vir só próximo ano. Eles foram espertos em fazer isso, em lançar o jogo logo.
How the development is going?
Eles vão manter o 1 e o 2 live, ou simplesmente... Eu não sei. Vai jogar o modo história? Claro! Nossa!
And why the team is...
Mano, quando eu fiz o SheilaCast com o Ronaldo, a gente fez podcast falando sobre a história do Overwatch. Nossa, sim.
Committed to bringing these type of experiences into Overwatch.
We're all so invested in the world of Overwatch and the heroes that live in it. And through the years, we've developed cinematics, animated shorts, and graphic novels for our players who just want to get deep.
Eu acho que com o tempo, eles vão desativar o 1. Sabe? Eu acho que eles vão desativar o 1. Se manterem o 1 e o 2 online, vai ser canibalismo, basicamente. Eu acho que com o tempo, eles vão desativar o 1. Eu acho.
Into the lore. With PvE, we have an opportunity to go a step further, to go deeper into diverse storytelling in ways that we really just haven't been able to before.
Vocês acham que se o modo PvE desse jogo explodir e der certo, a Riot faz alguma coisa PvE no LoL? Eu não acho que nada afeta o LoL, mas sei lá.
So, we are planning to expand the Overwatch universe through these seasons that we just described, and we will start delivering this PvE gameplay in 2023.
PvE will be delivered through the live service.
Vai postar gameplay do modo história no canal de VODs.
And that means we'll be able to deliver and tell more Overwatch stories and create more opportunities to experience our heroes.
Provavelmente sim, vocês acham? Acho que não, velho.
Get what we're working on.
Eu acho que não.
The team's goal for PvE in Overwatch 2 is to basically move the overall story of Overwatch forward.
Eu acho que a Riot já vai fazer um PvE nas Guardiãs Estelares desse ano. Você acha? Eu acho que não. Eu pensei agora que eu acho que não, porque tem muito jogo da Riot fora o LoL que vai falar de coisa do LoL. Então eu acho que talvez eles queiram deixar o PvE do LoL pra esses outros games. Sabe? Eu acho que a Riot já tá olhando pra PvE por conta que eles das coisas que eles aprenderam com o lore. Não sei, o próprio PvE do lore tem muita cópia de outros jogos. Eles já tentaram fazer uma vez ou outra. O problema é que fazer pra mob é complicado. Então, sei lá. Então, a Riot vai fazer o MMORPG, Raíssa, mas isso aí só vai vir daqui pelo menos uns 5 anos.
We've told a lot of short stories along the way. There are a lot of to be continues. It's time for us to answer those questions, close off some of those stories, ask new questions. So the new game will definitely move the overall canon of the lore of Overwatch forward.
Get those doors open!
For the PvP live service, for certain seasons, you're also going to get some PvE maps. You'll be fighting Null Sector in at least some of the maps. They've come back and they're mad, so it's Overwatch's job to take them out. There's going to be content for you to immerse yourself in and continue to play over and over again.
A lot of the older guys from the original Overwatch team, they're coming back, but they need help with some of the younger generation like Brigitte and Lucio. So we're going to tell the story of how Overwatch basically gets back together.
Arcane vai ter continuação, vai ter Arcane 2, mas não esse ano.
To showcase more of where the characters are from. For example, Torbjorn is from Gothenburg. Players will get a chance to see what Torbjorn's factory looks like.
You can play PvE with your friends and immerse yourself in the world and stay inside of it a little bit longer.
Ah, é porque em outubro é Early Access. Peraí, deixa eu pegar isso aqui e já deixar... Que é isso? Esse forrozinho do nada. Deixa eu pôr a legenda. Não, que norueguês. O que é isso? Não, peraí. Não, não era nem norueguês. Eu coloquei outra língua aí que eu... Não, Luiz, eles não falaram nada,
I wanted to introduce art director Dion Rogers and a few new faces to the show. We have narrative designer Miranda Moyer and cinematic director Ben Dye. Thank you guys so much for joining. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Hey, Guilherme.
I'm really excited to share this. It takes an army to create a game.
I mean, the effort is clearly paying off. That short was just so much fun to watch. Now, it's been such an exciting week for everyone watching, but I'm sure for you three as well. Players have learned that the next beta is coming on June 28th. Can you tell me a little bit more about what we can expect to see in this beta?
The biggest thing is open to console players this time. We're gonna add a new map, Rio. Junker Queen will be playable finally. So this should be pretty fun.
I mean,
no beta já vai dar pra jogar no Rio.
Some Junker Queen, and you're representing her right there with the cool shirt as well. What a great segue. So let's talk more about the newest Overwatch hero.
I think it's super exciting. I know everybody has been really anticipating this character for a long time. She's been super prominent in our lore ever since the Junkertown map came out, and I think people have really been looking forward to finally getting to experience everything that she has to offer.
What makes Junker Queen so unique? And why do you think the Overwatch players will love her?
So Junker Queen is interesting. Usually when we start a character, we do a bunch of drawings and we have a little story. But she was kind of born out of the Junkertown map. We started to create this map that was associated with Roadhog and Junkrats. This narrative started to appear where they've been kicked out of the city. And so we're like, who kicked them out? And we're like, well, maybe there's some sort of leader. So we had the kind of Junkertown decree that you can see in the level. And then over time, it kind of developed that it was a queen.
During the short, we're actually developing her personality. She's full of attitude. You know, that's what we love about her is she's really, really strong. So she's very recognizable. And obviously the lore behind her is very interesting. So some of that potentially can bounce off what the game design would be.
It's great to hear that it's just such a collaboration with the Overwatch team.
Yeah, this is the fun part about working together.
The Overwatch universe, it's filled with memorable heroes. And as you said yourself, Ben, it does take a village of dedicated developers to really bring each one of those to life, but in a meaningful way. So let's take a deeper look at the making of Junker Queen.
When we started on Junker Queen, first we have to decide what kind of role she's going to take. So she's a tank. She's a really aggressive
ela é
tank.
tanque.
You know, we didn't want her to
Ele vai explicar agora o que eu vi eu já vi isso aqui em uma
the
live.
Reinhardt style, stay back and guard her team. She's got this very ferocious nature, and we wanted for that to be represented in her gameplay as well.
Personally, what I'm most excited about Junker Queen is just her big axe, you know, just to be able to swing that thing around is awesome.
Ela lembra muito
great to have
Darius.
some sort of anchor point to make sure we really incorporate this axe into her.
Eu vejo ela muito como o Darius e o Draven junto. Ela é louca igual os dois, assim.
Abilities. Her secondary we call Jagged Blade. If you do your quick melee attack, she will kind of swing with the blade instead of a normal punch. It does a little bit of extra damage and creates a wound on the enemy. So she can throw the blade as her secondary fire, and it's really a great sort of skill shot to be able to land.
Ah, vai ficar meio confuso porque ela tem 1 milhão de skills, tá?
On the enemy, especially a moving enemy, if you can land it. And after you throw it, she'll recall it, and the force of recalling it, if it's stuck into somebody, will actually pull them forward. So she can actually kind of pull people to herself if you can manage to stick that blade into somebody. For Junker Queen's ultimate, we have an ability called Rampage. She creates this kind of whirlwind of magnetized metal, including her weapons, and it whirls around her, and then she dashes forward, and you try to go through as many enemies as possible and tag them all up. That also wounds everybody, which is really important because it's very easy to hit with this large area effect, so it heals you for a lot.
Olha
but
isso.
also, it creates a debuff on the enemies that reduces the healing that they...
Dá debuff. Ela dá debuff. Ela dá o debuff da Ana.
To 0.
Our sound designer has done an incredible job with her. She's full of snarky fun to the way she plays. So all throughout her kit, there's little guitar sounds actually hidden. So if you listen to her axe, she pulls it out and there's a big screech on the guitar strings and she pulls it forward. We have a wonderful actor named Leah who we found after a huge global search trying to find the right voice for her.
Here I am.
It's really amazing when the right actor matches the character and the personality.
Nossa, os cara da Riot falaram a mesma coisa com o Jin, com os dubladores do
Feel
Jin.
the sort of magic that comes out of it.
I think players are gonna love her. She's scary, she's awesome.
She's a departure from any other hero that we have here.
You know, this is just a straightforward badass character.
She's just been so much fun to work on, and I'm just so glad to get her in people's hands finally.
The Queen of
Eles parecem
Junkertown
tão
has
felizes.
arrived. So, how does the Junker Queen fit into the overall world of Overwatch?
I think Junker Queen's pretty interesting because there have been previous rulers of Junkertown. Junker Queen was not always the queen. And the old rulers of Junkertown have always been kind of content to just, you know, lord over the city. But Junker Queen, she has a very big axe and big ideas to go along with it.
What did you aim to achieve when developing Junker Queen?
We want to tell deeper stories for our heroes, have heroes that are connected to the world of the game. Big thing for Overwatch 2 is to move the lore of Overwatch along, so these type of heroes help that.
What are her abilities, and how do those abilities actually make her successful in the role she's in?
What's pretty awesome about this hero, she was developed when 5v5
Aí,
from
ó.
the start. She was never a part of the 6v6 world of Overwatch. Knowing she's the only tank on the team, what abilities that will help bolster the team. She has this commanding shout. It boosts the speed and armor of the heroes
Olha
around her.
isso.
So, especially you need to push through a choke. She does the shout. All the players hear it. They move forward. She has a bunch of weapons, you know. I think she named one of her weapons, right?
Yeah, her knife that she throws and pulls back is named Gracie.
Yes, right. A lot of her abilities kind of
Ela
drain
tem
on
milhão
the
de
heroes
coisas.
and gives her health back.
Her ultimate, basically, it shoots you forward and you do this whirlwind with her axe that it does like a big anti-nade on everybody around you. So she's very aggressive and people are gonna have a ton of fun playing it.
Ela tem 1 milhão de coisas, essa boneca, velho. Tem mais alguma coisa? O que que é isso? Não tem no mapa, né? Eles vão colocar no mapa. Game Review. O que que é isso aqui? Ah, é do PVP. Acho que esse é o último, chat. A gente vai pro do Final Fantasy.
One of the things that gets us up in the morning, happy to work on Overwatch, it's first and foremost a really special game. The way we portray a bright future, everyone on the team is really proud of it.
We're bringing an all-new PvP experience. We're transforming from a 6v6 to a 5v5.
Changed a lot of how we design heroes and actually how we balance them as well. We had to go back and look at all the heroes and all
eles
the
têm que
tanks
mudar
especially
tudo.
and make sure that everyone fits and works really well in this new
Ai, a
paradigm.
legenda, perdão, eu esqueci. Desculpa, eu esqueci. Pronto.
This newfound importance on each individual player to feel like they can really make an impact on the game.
We're trying to obviously maintain the original character's identity and overall silhouette, colors, statements, but also kind of bring something a little bit new.
O bonezinho.
We can make balance adjustments really quick. As fast as our design team sees that there's an issue.
Jeff Goodman and the rest of the hero design team have been loving all the feedback coming in. They have tons of awesome ideas about how to change or adjust balance.
Eles vão ter que mudar tudo
heroes
de
like
novo,
Orisa
né?
got a major rework. We're looking at how many barriers are in place. You think about Overwatch, you think of these really protective shields. But we're looking at it from the perspective of, you know, what if she didn't have that? What would that even look like? We're just always looking for great opportunities to change for the better.
I'm really excited about how we've refreshed all the maps.
I think we've done a lot of great changes, especially for PvP.
A lot of our old stuff just looks gorgeous now. We've done a lot with the art and with lighting and shadows and just made stuff pop a little bit more. We also added some options with like daytime, nighttime.
I think all of the Overwatch
Ai, o de noite, o de dia ali, ó.
Are custom recorded in the actual place. We've hired a field recordist to actually go capture ambience of the real world location. We realize it's a subtle detail, but those are the things that really make these maps come to life.
We have done a pass playing all the old maps in 5v5.
Aquele mapa ali era o Rio, né?
We have
Esse
done
não,
a pass.
esse, ó. Menina, Copacabana! Isso é Copacabana! Não é possível! Ai, que legal!
Playing all the old maps in 5v5 and adjusting things for that kind of setup, whether it's moving cover around just a little bit or tweaking a door.
In the beta, we're listening to feedback, so we're going to improve each map based on what the players have been saying.
We've been
Meu Deus, velho, que lindo! Mano, que legal!
working on these for a little while now, and we're really excited about it.
We were really happy with the positive feedback once people were able to play it.
Muito
I think it was an important milestone for us to get it in players' hands.
Eita.
Competitive play is a different thing to a lot of different people, and we really didn't think we...
Eu acho que outra praia, aquela dali, não é, mulher. Aqui é o mapa do Rio.
We're providing enough tools.
Aquilo é a cara de Copacabana. Como assim, aquelas barraquinhas? Só no Brasil que tem aquelas barraquinhas.
Measures to actually help players out if they did want to improve. We're reworking our scoreboard to provide more information to players as they're
Não é possível, é igualzinho.
And once they finish the match, we're actually going to provide an after-action report. So you can look at the report while you're in queue. You could actually go into your history section and look.
Como assim? Tinha histórico nesse jogo? Não tinha, né?
Look, we want to work towards providing you with information that will help you improve your game.
We've been getting feedback from a lot of different areas, from our community team, like streamers, influencers. We've also been getting a lot of feedback from Overwatch League players.
We do want to actually provide a bit of feeling of progression. So one of the other changes we're making alongside that is not making your skill rating quite so granular. Right now, it's a very hard number. Instead of a numeric skill rating, we're adding these skill tiers within the larger ones.
Níveis de habilidade dentro dos...
If you see someone at a really high skill tier, you know that that person is not just that good of an Overwatch player, but they've earned it.
Tinha histórico, mas não detalhado. Tinha, né?
It has this new push game mode and maps along with it. Push is a PvP game mode.
Esse mapa, esse estilo de jogo novo, eu achei muito confuso.
We've been playing it in the beta, and we've actually been using it in Overwatch League as well.
And once we started playtesting it, it was kind of an instant hit.
There's a level, it has one path that goes all the way through it from one base to the other, and in the middle is TS1. And he's this lovable robot with a pair of barricades next to him. And the players are essentially fighting for control, and if they take control by taking out the other enemy team, TS1 will move a barricade towards the enemy base. To win, you either get that barricade all the way to the enemy base, or after a certain amount of time, did you move your barricade farther than the enemy team did? It's a very fair game mode. I think the maps are great. It provides for a lot of different
Eu achei muito confuso esse robô.
great fights can happen.
Eu não entendi nada.
Fights can happen.
Que ouriça é essa? O que é isso aqui? Isso aqui já existe? Ou é novo? Vai ter aqueles croma do Smite, é? Eu acho esse croma legal, mas ao mesmo tempo eu acho meio estranho. O que é isso?
We developed a lot of engine upgrades in the game, so this allows us to do faster iteration.
É, eu acho que vai ter aqueles croma do Smite. O Smite tem isso. Eu acho que deixaram assim pra não revelar skin. Não, acho que não. É o modo fortificado dela, só que ela tá com skin. O modo fortificado dela, ela fica prata agora?
This was a huge effort by our engine team to allow the art team to build faster, more detailed environments in a shorter amount of time. You will get to experience the game world. We wanted to feel much more immersive.
Ai, eu queria tanto essa figura.
Overwatch 2 is a dream for audio features. It's everything we've ever really wanted to do. We really go into every little bit of detail, trying to find a way that every sound will cut through. When we started on Overwatch 1, we were really focused on the headphone mix. We thought for, you know, a PC-first kind of game, we realized that people listen to Overwatch in all types of different places. So now we support home theater, Dolby Atmos in the game. Now consoles offer all kinds of new things too, like 3D audio that we're supporting. There's new voice lines, new conversations between all of the favorite heroes. And we have so many, there'll be more that'll just come to the game over time. We've written 25,000 voice lines for Overwatch 2.
Caralho!
So tons of new features. And the reality is that Overwatch scales even beyond that, all the way up to giant sports arenas for our Overwatch finals.
Everything you like about Overwatch, you're gonna get that
Mano, vocês têm noção que o campeonato de Overwatch batia os de LoL fácil?
in Overwatch 2, but even more.
You know, we're really listening to that feedback. A lot of it, we felt like, man, we really think this is going to be super fun. We just need people to be able to play it.
October 4th is really just the beginning.
Ai, gente. Ai, meu Deus, eu quero muito jogar isso. Eu quero muito que Overwatch volte. Muito. Muito. Muito.